Hello, doctor. So here is a case study analysis report prepared by our IT security team in reference to the SingHealth data breach. So here are our key IT team members. It's myself, Kritika, and we have Ajay, and we have Vaitish, and also we have Mohammed Abdiram Gisu. So yes, here is the introduction. So as the main focus of this case study analysis report, here it is to analyze a major about the major healthcare cybersecurity breach, which is exposed on SingHealth. And as a relevance, it is a real world lessons in governance and the audit response to be captured. And the main goal is to improve awareness, prevention, and the prolonged incident response, which can be caught over this. And as a case summary, before we begin our complete analysis report, here is a case summary which we could project. So the organization, which is a SingHealth, which is a healthcare sector, and the incident period, the data breach exact incident periods was occurred on 27 June to July 4, 2018. And here is the data stolen from as occurrence of the malware. So it is around 1.5 M patient records and 160K medication records were stolen out of this. And the complete data breach is targeted on the Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong with respect to the custom malware used. And the complete thing was discovered a bit late, which is around 4 July 2018, and also publicly disclosed on 20th July. So I will pass on next thing to my team member Ajay to proceed about the security issues and incidents.
Thanks, Kirtika. So let me walk you through the five key security issues uncovered in this case. The first one is compromised administrator credentials, which falls under access control category. So, which is nothing but a weak eight-character password, which is not changed for 6 years. So this impacted unauthorized privileged access to the database. The next issue is unpatched systems, which falls under category vulnerability management, and the impact is system vulnerabilities exploited by the attackers. And the next issue is inadequate incident response, which falls under category process or training. So where the staff fail to escalate incidents immediately. The impact for this is delayed detection in the response and extended breach duration. And the next key issue is insufficient network monitoring for the category monitoring or detection. So where the team failed to detect the multiple failed login attempts and the lateral movement for the months. So this caused attackers operated undetected from August 2017. And the last one is poor security governance uh, from the management or oversight, which caused uncleared server management responsibilities, security vulnerabilities flagged but not addressed. So which resulted in the systematic security weakness, which remained unsolved. Next slide. Now moving on to what the official investigation revealed. The audit was led by a committee of inquiry chaired by Richard Magnus with the support from the Cybersecurity Agency and the Criminal Investigation Department. The scope of the audit covered like how the breach occurred, what vulnerabilities were exploited, how well the staff responded to the incident, and whether the governance and training are sufficient across SingHealth and IHIS. The tools and frameworks used included the forensic investigation tools, network traffic analysis, committee of inquiry hearings with the witness testimonials, and the system vulnerability assessments. Moving on to the next slide. So now let's take a look at the root cause analysis using the five whys technique. For the first issue, data breach occurred and persisted detection. The why questions can be like why attackers gained privileged database access, why the unrestricted credentials were compromised, why the password is unchanged, why there is no enforcement of password policy, why there is no inadequate training and governance and monitoring. And for the issue, like attack went undetected for a few months, the why questions can be why the security monitoring system is failed, why the systems were outdated, why the patch management process was inadequate, why there are no like clear responsibilities. Moving on to the next slide. So here we'll set down the underlying causes. The first one is the privileged access due to weak admin credentials. And the next one is no enforcement of strong password policy and monitoring tools fail to detect infection. And the next one is patch management process was inadequate. And the last one is security responsibilities were unclear. With this, I'll pass over to Geeswood for the next sections. Thank you.
So thank you. So in this slide, I will briefly go over our key recommendation to prevent future breaches. So first, admin passwords were weak and unchanged for years. So we recommend enforcing strong password policies and enabling two-factor authentication. So in long term, the organization should use a privileged access management system to better control and rotate credentials. So next, we found that the system were not patched for over years, so short term, all critical systems must be updated immediately. And long term, an outdated patching process should be implemented. So for incident response, the breach confirms took 6 days, which is far too long. So clearly reporting rules and centralized incident system are needed. Staff also lack awareness, so we recommend immediate training and regular simulation. So over time, this should become a continuous security awareness program. So finally, attackers move undetected across the network. So advanced threat detection tools and network segmentation are needed now, while building a full-time security operations center should be the long-term goal. So this combined steps from a solid defense and a depth approach. So I will go to the next slide. So for the risk assessment matrix, we assessed the key security issue using a 5-point scale for likelihood and impact. Then we calculate the overall risk score by multiplying both values and categorizing the result as a critical, high, or medium risk. So here's the breakdown. So compromised admin credential score is 20, which falls into the critical risk category. This was the most severe issue because it gives attackers privileged access directly into the system. So the second one is unbudgeted vulnerability, scored 16, which is high risk. Outdated software left the system open to no exploits. So the third one is inadequate incident response, also scored 12, considered high risk. So the delayed response allowed attackers to stay undetected for days. So the fourth one is poor security awareness had scores of 12 as well. But we categorized it as a medium risk because its likelihood was high, but the impact was slightly lower compared to the other issue. So the last one is insufficient network monitoring, also scored 12, again high risk, as it allowed lateral movement inside the network for months. So this matrix helped us prioritize which issue needed urgent attention, starting with admin access and unbudgeted system. So I will pass to the next presenter, Fatia.
Thank you, Kishore. Okay, next we dive into the lesson that we learned from the single data breach. The cybersecurity need the tech, people, and process working together to avoid losing trust and money. Missing tests and training open the door for the attacker to sneak in for the data breach. As you can see on the risk matrix, the compromised admin credential risk rating is highest among the rest, where the issue is in the critical stage for the data breach. This we can prevent with the strong password and fast response. And always assume hackers can strike as expert report confirms. Weak credential were a major problem, providing we must stay alert. Let's learn, keep, and data safe. Next, we move on to the group reflection, where we go through tough challenges like remote work and debates, turning them into strength with video check-ins and open talks. We learn that constant monitoring and clear communication beats delay and confusion. Our key takeaway, a strong team needs layer skills, clear leadership, and balanced efforts. See the challenges for the remote coordination, time zone difference, heated debates, slow monitoring risk, and unclear leadership and remote coordinate. So the strength for the challenges is it will keep us on track, boosts our teamwork, build better ideas, prevent oversights, ensure smooth action, and keep us on track. Next, we go into the conclusion where among the data breach for the single, we can say that the neglect security basic lead to a major data breach. And the second one is organization must patch, train, and monitor the proactively. And the last one will audit should lead to action, not just findings from the data breach. And the last one will be call to action. So weak credential cause the most damage hitting single data breach. Patch system, train staff, and monitor threats now. Use expert guides to stay secure and add regular audits to catch gaps early. Train staff on phishing to protect weak credential and enforce clear rules to avoid confusion. So, as you can see on the table, there are critical root cause, intermediate action, follow standard early detection, staff protection, and clear governance. So by incorporate all this call to action, we can possibly fix the data breach and we can prevent any of the organization to trap in for a data breach.
I think we reached the end of the presentation. This is the work we done as a group three. Thank you very much, Doctor, for giving this opportunity.